3-2 over at their place in a wild match, pulling out the victory late in the match. The Broncos did over the Foothillers. But they're having a hard time this particular season. And they lost yesterday to Canyon Crest 3-0. And they are in the middle of a conundrum where they have to play 3 consecutive games on 3 consecutive days. Kind of like what the Foothillers had to do at the South Bay Classic. But this one is not a tournament that they are playing in. So they've got to play again tomorrow. Don't know how Mark Sidebottom is going to play it as far as resting up some of his players. Surely he will be playing a lot of players tonight so he can get through tonight and then be able to get through tomorrow. In a similar scenario, the Foothillers and Coach Fernando Ramos had to pretty much do the same thing. But they were victorious, winning all 3 games in that South Bay Classic, which you know about now. And then coming on Monday and playing Eastlake at their place and being able to come out with a 1-1 tie. You see you will see the starters tonight for the Foothillers and their lineup. And you should possibly see the starters as well for the Broncos. The rankings in San Diego High School, I should say in San Diego Section High School, girls soccer. Number 1 is Helix. They're 11-0. Number 2 is Cathedral Catholic. They're 8-2-3. Number 3 is Monta Vista out of Spring Valley. They're 7-1. Number 4 is Scripps Ranch. They're 7-1-1. The Foothillers played them, and it counts for one of their ties. Eastlake 9-4-1 counts for the other tie. Carlsbad is 6th. They're 8-2. 7th is Mission Bay. They're 8-0-1. 8th is Torrey Pines, 5-1-2. The Foothillers 6-2-2 or 9th in the section. 10th is Del Norte, 6-2-1. La Costa Canyon is 5-2-1. They're 11th. Mission Hills is 12th, 5-3. 13th is El Capitan. They're 5-2. 14th is Bonita Vista. They're 4-1-2. 15th is Poway. They're 4-2-1. Escondido Charter out of Escondido, 6-1-1. They're 16th. 17th is Granite Hills. Foothillers will be seeing them in a few weeks. They're 5-4-1. They did pretty good in that South Bay Classic tournament. And the other team, we will not be providing a live stream tonight as the flu bug has kind of hit our crew. They are 5-2-2. Steel Canyon is 19th. We just saw them in a tough match. The Foothillers taking the loss. They're 5-5-3 on the season. Mount Carmel is 6-4-3. They're 20th. 21st is San Marcos. They're 3-2-2. Point Loma 4-2-2. We saw them the last time the skies were emptied out with rain here at Jack Mashin Stadium. And the Foothillers victorious on that night right here. Start off the season. San Diego Academy is 23rd. They're 3-3-2. Mountain Empire is 8-2. They're 24th. And 25th is El Camino out of Oceanside. They're 5-6. Take a look at the California high school soccer rankings from Max Preps. It's Villa Park. They're 8-2. Number 1 team. Number 2 is Los Alamitos. They were in that South Bay Classic. 14-3-2. Number 3 is Miracosta out of Manhattan Beach. They're 10-0. J. Sarah Catholic is 4th this year. And they were the number 1 team in the nation last year. They're 9-1. 5th is Corona Del Mar out of Newport Beach. They're 10-0. 6th is Pacifica out of Garden Grove. They're 7-0-1. 7th is Upland out of the Inland Empire. They're 12-0. Clovis North out of Fresno. They're 10-0-2. Tracy is 6-0. They're 9th. And Newport Harbor out of Newport Beach is 15-2. Those are the top 10. The rest is Clovis East. They're 11th. St. Francis is 12th. Claremont is 13th out of Inland Empire. Temecula Valley out of Temecula is 14th. 15th is Hart. 16th is Helix. 17th is Cathedral Catholic. 18th is St. Francis. Franklin out of Elk Grove is 19th. Santa Margarita out of Rancho Santa Margarita is 20th. Archbishop Mitty out of San Jose is 21st. 22nd is Buchanan out of Clovis. Martyr Day out of Santa Ana is 23rd. Aliso Niguel out of Aliso Viejo up there is in the Orange County area is 24th. And Flint Ridge Prep out of La Cañada up there by the Pasadena area is 25th out of the California High School Soccer rankings. About ready to get this one started right here at Jack Mashin Stadium. Hopefully your day has been a fabulous one wherever you are in the world. Let us know if you're paying attention to these live streaming events. We'd like to know that. It's an interactive right on the right-hand side of your picture. Foothillers happy to be back home after being away for a while. Foothillers' next game after this will be against Helix next week. And that game will be right here at Jack Mashin Stadium, in Helix having a really good tournament in the South Bay Classic, and that has contributed to the high rankings in Southern California, as well as the high rankings in all of California, as you just heard. So that is going to be one heck of a match next week. You know, Helix was about ready to win the last match between these two teams last season at their place. And it was Emi Cervantes being able to put that one into the back of the net amongst a bevy of players and come out with the draw. After the Foothillers had beaten them twice before, once in the tournament, and then, of course, right here at Jack Mashin Stadium in a closer affair. In a few weeks, it'll be, actually in 2 weeks, on the 23rd, the Foothillers will be playing the team they played in the final of Division II, Valhalla. They'll have to go over and play them over there first. And that'll be sandwiched around. The Helix second match will be sandwiched around a Granite Hills match for the Foothillers. Tandem refs again tonight, Jack Mashin Stadium. It'll be 40-minute halves. Foothillers will be in their dark jerseys. They're undefeated at home so far, beating Point Loma in the first game of the season, 3-0, and then beating Central out of El Centro, 2-0 right here. So they are unscored upon right here at Jack Mashin Stadium. Shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We're underway. Lopez getting into Giovinco. Jennifer circles back. Gonzalez with it. Cooney drops it back. Kira Smingy. Or Sminge. I used to call her Smingy. Sminge. Player down. Ref says play on. Sarah Lopez on the move on the right flank. On a service, and it went through the hands of the keeper. Mia Foster, now here is Lopez. It goes through a few players, and into the back of the net. Goal! Go, 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 goal! Sarah Lopez, she just knows how to hit that ball with a left-footed strike and beat the keeper into the back of the net. And early in this match, the first rush up the field, Foothillers put one into the back of the net. And the Super Soft doing the honors. 1-0. The Broncos playing a little bit short-handed from some of the players they would like to use out there. And so, as I mentioned, Coach Mark Sidebottom is going to employ a bevy of players, the 22 roster positions, to be able to deal with the Foothillers today. Christofferson intercepted by Lopez. Just on the top of frame. By Mia Foster, nearly made the score 2-0. One of the things that the Foothillers have been able to do whenever there's been a lot of rain, they get the lead and then they're able to ride it in for a victory. And that is something that the opposition, you want to try and get the lead and then make it tougher the other team to try to catch up, especially if there's a lot of rain. In the 60s here, it's kind of a chilly afternoon, late afternoon out here in the West Coast. 407 out here. 707 on the East Coast. Foul on the play. It'll be a free kick now. The Broncos of Rancho Bernardo, the North County. We're out in the east. Giveaway. Foster plays it to the near side. Cooney. Maddie Mayo, who had herself a great number of days at that South Bay Classic. Most of the players feel really good today as opposed to the way they felt playing that game on Monday. Only 2 days removed from playing 3 days in a row. Just got to give your legs some rest and the rest of the body because there was some physical games played in that tournament. Foster playing it to the near side to Giovinco. Still on the soccer ball now. Turns. Nobody there in the space. So it's a giveaway. But it was sent out of play by the Broncos. Taylor Aguilera getting her first touch of the game. Giovinco. Bricuni looking for Lopez. She almost got it. Not quite. Upfield now. Victoria Ford now retreats back. Knows how to deke a striker and gets it to the near side to Aguilera. That's that senior leadership. Senior mindset. Here's the throw in now for the Broncos. trying to do something in the attacking third. They've been playing in their own half of the field since the starting of the match. Marissa Arnold will retrieve the soccer ball and get it into play under overcast skies out here in the San Diego area today. And rain will be coming down. How much? Just depends on where you're at in San Diego County. That ball goes out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. LaDeja Toll, the keeper, started off. She might even play the whole game again. Victoria Ford. Up the central. Koyamatsu, her pass. Intercepted, but then they get it right back. Running on to it is Banks. Pass intercepted. Foothillers get it back. Giovingo touches it out to the wide to Smidge. Hard pass to Lopez. Checks back up. And a nice pass forward. Here is Foster now in the box. A shot and a save. Beautiful save over the top of frame. Bond able to get her hand on that soccer ball. So it's going to be a corner kick for the Foothillers. And it's 1-0 affair. Sarah Lopez scoring the first goal of the match. Surprising the keeper, Samantha Bond, on the shot. Giovingo now. Hits it straight on. The header by Ford. And Gonzalez not able to connect into the back of the net, or at least get a piece of that far post. Maybe get a deflection out to somebody to put it in the back of the net. So Bond will get it started for RB. Header intercepted, but not able to control it. Foothillers, and now they have it with Aguilera. Rihanna Cooney, Smidge, Kira on the move. Plays it out wide to Rosas, trying to get her first touch of the match. It's out of play. There'll be a throw-in now for the Broncos. Up to midfield, trying to control it. And then they give it away to Gonzalez. To Lopez now. Lopez darts into the central. Plays it to the near side to Maddie Mayo. Hit the top of frame that time. Rosas now. You can see early on the Foothillers, their legs back out there, hitting some hard shots towards the back of the net or hitting the crossbar. Smidge. Sarah Lopez. And that one hit the ground and kind of slowed it up. No problem for Bond. Near side. Gonzalez. Near side over. Actually, far side, I should say. Aguilera intercepted. Heard a young man doing a podcast over at Eastlake High School. First time ever running into that. But that is a technological thing going on nowadays. And he's doing a good job with it, too. Who knows? Maybe a part of the GK Sports crew down the road. Aguilera. Will throw it in. An intercept that time by Arnold. Arnold loses her balance. Gonzalez plays it back to Cooney. Cooney trying to play it out. Maddie Mayo, and she finally gets the pass. And then it is sent out of play by Chloe Ross. So the senior doing the wise play. It'll be a corner kick for the Foothillers, another set piece. Grossmont leading 1-0 here in the first half. No more than 28 and a half minutes left to play in the first half. Jennifer Giovingo on a line drive. Bod hits it up into the air now. They're trying to get a second ball. They do have one now, and it is upfield. And finally, coming out with it is the all-white of the Broncos. And so now they're going to have a free kick after the foul in the space. Had to be nervy time for the bulk of their team right there in the 18. Trying to keep the second one from being put in the back of the net. Foothillers are very successful if they get 2 goals on you. Last time they did not win when they scored 2 goals or more was in that Otay Ranch game last year. And you know what the outcome was last year as far as their success was concerned. So it didn't even really matter. It just underscores the defensive prowess that they have been able to exhibit this season and last season. Don't give you much. Arnold throws it in. Arnold would throw it in for the Broncos. Christofferson. And it's knocked out of play. Knocked out by the Foothillers again. So they'll try this again from around the same area. Arnold says she will not do it this time. And actually, there was a foul on the play, so it's a free kick. It's a set piece. Ross, the line drive, intercepted nicely that time by Cooney. Able to get a cleat up off the ground and intercept that ball on a line drive. Pretty good velocity that time. Cooney not shy on it. It's only a sophomore. He's played very well from last season and into this season. Playing a lot more into this season. Didn't start that much in the beginning. Victoria Ford now with the goal kick. Drives it up almost to midfield. Jennifer Giovingo plays it to where Foster can get a hold of it and then play it even further to Maddie Mayo. Cuts it inside. Mayo now still on the strike and just couldn't get another one, but intercepted by Foster. Now Lopez tried to play it outside, but it was intercepted. Oh, no, that might have been Jordan Beach, number 6, potentially, because we pretty much have names with numbers on the roster that we've been given, except for one. Zifaropoulos, and it goes off of Ford, and it'll be a throw-in now for the Broncos. Arnold will throw it in again. It's going to be intercepted by Aguilera. Maddie Mayo, and she won't get it, but Zafiropoulos knocks it out of play. Ross, or rather that was Giovinco, I should say, was intercepted. Inman, her pass is intercepted by Rosas. Jennifer changed the direction, and then it's taken away from her. Cooney trickles to the central. Smidge will retreat back with it. Turns and just got it in front of Christofferson that time. Christofferson could have got onto that soccer ball. Nobody was there. The quick turn and a tough shot. Did not dip like Giovinco wanted it to. Had it done that, no chance for Bond to keep it from going in the back of the net. Mia Foster, that's a tough intercept right there. The header coming from a distance. And nicely done. Arnold will throw it in, though. Knocked out by Christofferson, and so Aguilera will retrieve it. And the Foothillers will have possession. Inside 22 and a half left to play in the first half. Foothillers leading 1-0. Out here in the San Diego section of the C.I.F. Giovinco with the defender at her back. Got pickpocketed that time, but the Foothillers are able to retain it back. Foster runs into resistance as they don't want her to get into that 18, and here's a attempted shot to try to get on frame, but that did not happen. So the goal kick for the Broncos, having a tough time this season. Going to have to really rally in order to make the playoffs. And that means be very strong in their own league play. Playing a back-to-back tonight. Got one more game to play, the Broncos tomorrow, in this three-game, three-day conundrum. I mentioned before the Foothillers had to go through that at the South Bay Classic. They did well. Outstandingly well. Would have been in a championship had that been in the offing. Just like they were last season and won it. Different tournament, though. Into the match now. Number 21. That's Ashley Austin. Talented freshman. It's like Sarah Lopez was last year. And also into the match is Amy Cervantes, the senior. I mentioned at the outset about her keeping Helix from winning a match last season. at their place. Austin now. Seeing Austin and Cooney play more and more together. Just freshman and a sophomore in Cooney. Victoria Ford. Intercepted by Arnold. Offsides was Zafiropoulos. Zafiropoulos is only a freshman. Going to be playing on this Bronco team for a long time. Ford with the free kick. Off of Lopez in the wrong direction. Christofferson now on the run. Christofferson can't get a through ball. Now she regains the soccer ball. Plays it forward. Has a player free. That's Banks, who touches it back. Intercepted, though, by Roses, but they get it back again. They'll take a shot and can't get it. Is Sophia Zafiropoulos. Would have loved to have been able to get a cleat on that soccer ball. At least put a little question in the mind of LaDasia Toll. But her body was carrying her away, so it would have been very tough to get any kind of real shot to beat Toll on that sequence. But the Broncos really haven't had much in this game, so anything is something good for them. But remember, they played last season against the Foothillers and found a way late in the match to win it 3-2. So still a lot of time left in this match. And it's only a 1-0 score. 17 and a half. A little bit more than that left in the first half. But it'll be a corner kick for the Foothillers. Nearly had their second goal, and it clinged off the crossbar. He intercepted up into the air, trying to get a second ball back in the box. Is headed up forward. Now Giovinco sends it off of Ashley Austin. Austin has put one into the back of the net like that before this season. Down the right flank, intercepted by the Broncos now. Zafiropoulos, though, but she was off sides. So it'll be a goal kick. I should say a free kick, not a goal kick. Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Check them out. They're down there by Montgomery High School. We were just there for a tournament right across the street in the strip mall. Good affordable prices for the entire family. From teeth cleanings all the way to root canals. Check them out. Dental Arts of PalmAve.com. Ref says play on. Everybody stopped. They must have thought they heard a whistle, but there was none. But that works for the Foothillers because ball's not going in their defensive half, and it's a running clock. I heard about a running clock in a sport that is going to get kicked off in a few weeks. American football. In a league called the XFL. Another iteration of the XFL. I understand they're going to play a running clock. Parts of the game. See how long that league hangs around. The American Alliance of American Football didn't even last the season last spring. Had some coaches that had coached in the NFL before, so kind of a sad deal there. And the area here in San Diego had a team as well. It will not have a team in the XFL, but Los Angeles will. That'll be the closest team to the San Diego residents. It'll be a throw-in now from the far side of the field. The Foothillers leading 1-0 on this chilly, overcast day. Very light sprinkles coming down. But in other parts of the county, a lot harder. Roses comes out for a breather, and coming in now is Daniel Dees. Dees, a junior at midfield area. Plays it forward. And attacking third, intercepted by the Broncos. On it there was Christopherson. That ball is out of play. It'll be a throw-in now as they want to get it to Zafiropoulos, and she has it now. Sophia cuts it back now, trying to shake defenders on the outside of the box, and it's going to be a call against the Foothillers. Just outside the area, it's a free kick. Inman now will take it. Let's see what Mariposa decides to do with the soccer ball. Going to send it out. Or try to send it on a line drive. It's over the wall. Played over, but ranging over to make the play is Toll. On Arnold's shot. Not a problem. Intercepted by Ross. Now running onto it. I believe that's Beach. Zafiropoulos now trying to get around Ford, could not. But they still have the soccer ball, and that's Christopherson. Intercepted upfield to Arnold. Arnold still trying to get it, cannot. It's played over to the captain, Foster, who plays it to the near side. And too much pace on it for Sarah Lopez to get to the soccer ball. About 12 minutes left to play in the first half. 1-0, the Foothillers of Grossmont out here in El Cajon, east part of San Diego. Hopefully you're enjoying the match wherever you're watching it from. A couple of players coming out now for the Broncos. 6 and 7. Banks is 7. I believe Beach is probably the 6. And now into the match for the Broncos is J.C. Farmer, the sophomore. She's number 20 out there. And also Ellie Staffian, the seniors, into the match. Here's Farmer now. Taken away, nicely done. Foster, and then the shot. The save, no problem by Bond. Upfield. Amy Cervantes. But now here's Zafiropoulos. Near side into the interior. That was the Farmer. Now here's Zafiropoulos. She's wide open. The shot knocked away by Tull. Tull protected the near post on a diving attempt. Able to get that ball past the byline and give him a corner kick and not a ball into the back of the net. Fabulous save by LaDeja Tull. One of her better ones of the entire season. Farmer can't get it, but the Broncos have it now. Here's Arnold playing it to the near side. Goes out of play. But it'll be a throw-in as Arnold will retrieve it. As they want to keep the attack going, try to get an equalizer. Do the Broncos. Inside 9 and almost 9.5 left to play in the match in the first half. Arnold in some space, but no problem for Toll. She makes the save. LaDeja upfield, intercepted for a moment there by Ross. Went over to her teammate, Staffian, and then played back center defender. Pass up to Zafiropoulos, intercepted by Sminge. Nicely done. Sminge, Inman putting pressure on her and touching it out. Sminge on the throw-in. Giovinco running onto it, and it goes off of Koyomatsu, but they say it was off of Sminge that time. So it's now going to be a goal kick, or a Giovinco rather. Bond will get it going. Header by Dees. Foster up high and a little bit off target that time. Mia from distance trying to put it in the back of the net. Has done that numerous times in her career. Senior wanting to put another one in the back of the net from distance. Preparing herself for league play. It's going to be the next game against the Highlanders of Helix right here. Next week. Hopefully you tune in for that one. Should be a great game. Intercepted by Foster now. Plays it to the near side. To Lopez, and it's nope, off the side. So it'll be a corner kick. Nice run by Sarah Lopez. Just trying to sneak it inside that near post and put it in the back of the net for the second goal of the match for the Foothillers. So now they'll have to try it on this set piece. Now inside 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Giovinco now. Outswinger, the header. Second ball trying to be secured by the Foothillers. They can't do it. But here's Sminge darting up. Trying to keep it away from Zafiropoulos. Been really working hard trying to make something happen for the Broncos. Victoria Ford will throw it in. On this chilly day in San Diego, overcast. Giovinco sent upfield to Zafiropoulos. Hit forward, nicely done by Christofferson. But Sminge runs onto it. Sminge still on the soccer ball and sends it upfield. Running onto it now is Chloe Ross. Dropping it back. Staffian. And now the offsides is called for a second there. Looked like they had a couple of players that were free. And the Foothillers thankful that he finally put that hand up in the air because he could have done a couple of different things there to try to put one in the back of the net. Meaning two players right at the keeper. Probably one of the hardest things that the refs in soccer have to do is gauge whether players are onside or offsides. So much so that they've created a thing called VAR for the professionals. World Cup play. And now coming into the match for the Foothillers is Olivia Hunter. Hunter, the junior, trying to get a good shot on net. Hasn't been able to do that yet this season, but has had some touches. Gonzalez into the match as well. Ashley Austin nearly held on to that soccer ball. And that would have been problems there for Bond and company. They are onside. Lopez gets a strike onto it, goes after it again, and it's just over top of frame. Good hustle, though, by Sarah Lopez. Nearly was able to get her second goal of the match. Bond will get it started. 3.5 left to play in the first half. Right here at Jack Matchett Stadium, the campus of Grossmont High School in El Cajon. Just north of the 8 freeway. And you hear the cars going by right from where we're at. Here come the Broncos now, trying to get an equalizer now, and Gonzalez able to get to the soccer ball and send it upfield. Now Maddie Mayo. It's going to be intercepted, but it goes over to Toll. She'll make the save. LaDeja on a high bounce. Austin not able to get to it, but now Foster has it to Mayo. Maddie on a run. Went off her cleat. And then now sent out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the team in all white. Rancho Bernardo Broncos. This high school's had a great baseball program for many years. They have a really good baseball program right here at Grossmont High School. Getting prepared for the upcoming season. Boys soccer program has been doing a fabulous job as well this season. Look like they're going to be set for the playoffs. Don't have to win too many more games for that. Maddie Mayo intercepted now. As Zafaropoulos now goes down. Here's the shot. Hit kind of hard, but grabbing the rebound is Toll. Toll does a really good job of gauging where that ball is coming down. It's like a fielder in the outfield in baseball. For LaDeja Toll, that soccer ball. Shots coming at her. Victoria Ford now. Left-footed strike upfield. Lopez. And Lopez now gave it away. The nearest side. Victoria will have to try to chase it down and make the right play. And the senior allows it to be kicked past the goal line. And it'll be a goal kick. The team in blue. Yellow numbers. Foothillers of Grossmont. Two losses, 2 ties, 6 wins coming into this match. Looking for their 7th win of the season. And it is out of play. Time looks like it's going to run out here in the first half on the Broncos. without a score. But still just a little bit more as the Foothillers want to try and add another one. Nice pass to Austin, and it went off her cleat. She wanted to get a really good shot, and Bond made the save, but that one kind of hurt a little bit. Contact. Trying to get out of the way after Bond made the save. Remember, the keeper for the Foothillers had to go through that last season. And that's the end of the first half. With the score, the Foothillers leading the Rancho Bernardo Broncos 1-0. Stick with us, and we will bring the second half to you on this live stream. And if you eventually see this on the second copy, the replays, the highlights of the first half will begin right now. Lopez on the move on the right flank. On a service, and it went through the hands of the keeper. Mia Foster, now here is Lopez. It goes through a few players and into the back of the net. Goal! Stofferson. Intercepted by Lopez. Just on the top of frame. By Mia Foster back up. And a nice pass forward here is Foster now in the box. A shot and a save. Beautiful save over the top of frame. Darts into the central. Plays it to the near side to Maddie Mayo. Hit the top of frame that time. Jennifer Giovingo in a line drive. Bond hits it up into the air now. They're trying to get a second ball. Now here's Zafiropoulos. She's wide open. The shot knocked away by Toll. Toll protected the near post. Arnold in some space, but no problem for Toll. She makes the save. Now plays it to the near side to Lopez. And it's nope, off the side. That would have been problems there for Bond and company. They are on sides. Lopez gets a strike onto it, goes after it again, and it's just over top of frame. Try and add another one. Nice pass to Austin, and it went off her cleat. She wanted to get a really good shot, and Bond made the save, but that one kind of hurt a little bit. Second half set to get underway right here at Jack Mashin Stadium. Hopefully you were around for the first half, where we saw Sarah Lopez score in the first couple minutes of the match and give the Foothillers 1-0 lead going into halftime. They will be going from left to right on your video screen and right to left in this very cloudy San Diego day. Is Rancho Bernardo the Broncos. Shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We are underway. Under the lights here in the second half. Taylor Aguilera will throw it in. Mia Foster. Aguilera chips it to the central, where Alexa Gonzalez, the senior, plays it to the near side for Roses. But she must have got a cleat on it, and it's past the goal line. It'll be a goal kick. Samantha Bond had a pretty good first half. There was a really good shot at her, and I forget who shot it, but I want to say Giovingo, but she was able to save it from going into the back of the net. And, of course, so did LaDeja Toll. She made a fabulous save as well. Otherwise, it might have been 1-1 at halftime. It's in on a play, and it'll be a throw-in now by the Broncos. Broncos able to score late in the matchup last year between these two teams over at Rancho Bernardo High School, winning 3-2. Much low scoring so far in this one. And if you just checked in, the Broncos are in the midst of 3 games in a row in 3 days, as they played yesterday and lost to Canyon Crest Academy 3-0. And they are going to have to play again tomorrow. Foothillers have it with Victoria Ford on a line drive up to Central, intercepted. Broncos, Arnold dropping it back. And cannot connect up that time with Inman, as you get a chance to see here on the near side. Inman played well, the captain, the junior, against the Foothillers last season. Roses throws it in now. It's Sarah Lopez. Lopez trying to play it forward to Foster, but just a little bit away from her. She wasn't able to run that one down. So it's a goal kick for the Broncos. Still got plenty of time in the second half to try to get a draw. Foothillers doing just that against Eastlake in their last match. After falling down 1-0, able to get a goal in the second half and end up with a 1-1 draw against a team they lost to last season by a 1-0 score. Mia Foster now darts to the outside now with the defender trying to cut her from going back to the inside, but she is still able to do that. Plays it upfield. Taylor Aguilera, nobody there, so the intercept by Kyla Christofferson. But the Foothillers get it back there in the central. Here's Gonzalez now on the soccer ball, plays it out to the wide. That's Sarah Lopez, who darts inside or pass to Giovingo. It was stolen away, but getting it back is Lopez, but just could not get a strike onto it. Nice job done by the center defender that time for the Broncos. Otherwise, there's serious danger. Lopez a chance to get her second goal of the match. Bree Cooney drops it back to Mayo and Roses on the near side. Roses was marked heavily, but still gets that ball over to Foster. Mia now being marked by Ross. Gets it around Ross, but it is back behind frame. So it'll be a goal kick. Foothillers with 7 seniors on the team. And a number of juniors. Strong upperclassmen team. But the underclassmen are pretty doggone good. Led by Sarah Lopez, Bree Cooney, Ashley Austin. Here's Lopez now. The sophomore. Lopez trying to get it to Giovingo. Now they have a player free and a shot that time, and that's Hunter with a shot. Getting her first shot of the season right on the keeper. Nicely done that time by Olivia. We saw her a couple years ago when we first started filming the Foothillers. She was on the JV then. Got her some of her teammates from that team that are on the Foothillers now, Varsity. And the starter being LaDeja Toll. Here's the throw-in now in the attacking third for the Broncos of Rancho Bernardo. Down 1-0, the throw-in. Into space, intercepted by Mia Foster. Foster to Olivia Hunter now. She's sandwiched, but the ball still goes over to Giovingo now. Giovingo cuts it back now. Sends the ball to the other side of the field, but it had way too much pace for Sarah Lopez to get to the soccer ball. But not a bad decision, but just too much on the soccer ball that time. It's going to be a substitution coming in for the Foothillers. It's coming in for the first time in a match is Bridget Wilson. Bridget Wilson, a part of that underclassmen, are pretty strong on this team. Freshman. Taking the place of Hunter. Sminge back into the match. Foster. Looks like the umbrellas are coming out, so the rain is starting to fall. As I mentioned in the first half, you want to try to get a lead before the rain starts to fall. And the Foothillers have done that. In fact, every time recently when the Foothillers have played in the rain, they've had the lead. Here's a shot at a tough one. It hit the top of the crossbar. Mia Foster almost scored on it from way distance. There's another one and a save by Gonzalez. Taking target practice on Bond now. And so far, only one has got behind her. Foothillers have hit the bars a few times, or back an old statement of soccer terms, the wood. They've hit the wood a few times in this match. Roses throws it in now. Sminge got her clean on it, but it rolls out of play. Trying to go unabated up the left flank was Kyla Christofferson. Cecilia Roses will throw it in. Roses off the header that time of Lopez. And it trickles over to Foster. Gets it to her teammate Bridget Wilson, who wanted to play it over to Gia Bingo, but it was intercepted. Halia York now gets a touch. Sends a early ball and getting it up to Jew. And Maddie Mayo is still playing Jew, and it goes out of play. Shannon Jew, the senior. Goal kick now for the Foothillers. Coming on 31 minutes left to play in the match. Enjoying the 1-0 lead under some light rain. Might get heavier. Played to the near side now. This is Bridget Wilson, who's shown she has some speed. Into the near side. Foothillers still trying to maintain possession. They do with Wilson now. Still on the soccer ball. Sends it upfield to Roses. Roses plays it to the central now. That's Sarah Lopez. Mia Foster, and could not get the handle on it that time. So not a tough play for Bond to make. Emma Banks. Banks plays it over, far side. I believe that's Beach. And then now to York. York got it taken away by Mayo. And now York goes after it now, and a collision. And let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be against the Foothillers, it looks like. And she hit her head hard. And it's going to be a yellow card on the play. I have to find out which one it's going to. It's on Maddie Mayo on the yellow card. The C.I.F. rules. You got to come out. You get a card. Cervantes comes into the match. So the set piece now for the Broncos of Rancho Bernardo. Let's see what they do with it. They're down 1-0, trying to get an equalizer right outside the area. Foothillers thankful it was not in the area, otherwise it would have been a penalty kick. Kick from the mark. Lifted up too high. I believe that's Natalie Emery playing the keeper here in the second half. So Emery, who did a fine job in the South Bay Classic, getting an opportunity to stay with the varsity. A lot of times that's the case if you play well and you come up from the JV team. Foster plays it across field. This is Emmy Cervantes now. Cervantes gets it over to Giovingo, and then Lopez tried to get it as she converged, but went off of her and back up field as it was intercepted. But now the Foothillers trying again in the area. It's intercepted again by the Broncos. Up to midfield now. Broncos playing well in the back, doing the types of things you need to do in a tight match. It goes out of play. A lot tighter than last night. They lost 3-0 up to this point. It is. Losing to Canyon Crest Academy. Maddie Mayo back into the match. Taylor Aguilera will come out. Mayo, the talented junior, had a great last week and has kept it going ever since. Don't know if they would have been able to come away with the victory against Downey. But she was all over the pitch in that South Bay Classic, third game out of 3 days in a row last week. Seemed to still have something left in the tank when a lot of her teammates were struggling to have something left in the tank. Seemed like she had a little bit more. Here's Sarah Lopez, who's the only goal of the match, and it is sent out of play as the rain is coming down out here at Jack Mashon Stadium in El Cajon. Thought it would have been raining a lot more in the first half. It did not. But here in the second half, a little bit different of a scenario. And looking at it before the day started, when they were talking about the weather forecast, it's just about right. This time of the evening out here, 5:13 on the West Coast. Hopefully you're enjoying the match wherever you're watching it from. Here is a shot from distance by Mia Foster. And off of a bounce, no problem for Bond. Puts it up in the air. The rain coming down, a foul against the Broncos. And so the Foothillers will have a free kick. Foothillers able to beat Bonita Vista in a semifinal game on a rainy day. We had a 2-camera operation last season. Didn't stop the Foothillers from getting to the championship game against Valhalla in Division II in San Diego section last season. Right here at Jack Mashon Stadium. Sarah Lopez darts to the outside and into the inside. Her pass is knocked away. Nicely done by Koyamatsu. And then upfield, Jiu. And then now Beach, I believe, sends that ball, and it is out of play. It is off of Rosas, and it'll be a throw-in now for the Broncos. Laura Perry is going to throw it in. Just inside 24 and a half left to play in the match. In that first game of the season, thought that they might stop the match right here at Jack Mashon Stadium against Point Loma as it started to rain pretty good in the second half, but they did not. Kept it going. It actually rained about as hard as we've seen it since we've been filming these last couple of years or so. Except for maybe that El Capitan game where it really got bad a couple years ago. Had to stop that one. Played forward by Matty Mayo. Intercepted, and Rosas will be able to throw it in as it went off of the Bronco player in the space. Off of Foster, Bridget Wilson is trying to get to it. She's shielded off, still hustling to try to get to the soccer ball, and it's going to turn out to be a foul on Bridget. From the back, Broncos. Reed Cooney in the air. Intercepted. Here come the Rancho Bernardo Broncos. Sminge got a piece of the soccer ball, but not enough of it. And now coming off her line is Everett. It's a goal! Go, 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 goal! Not enough of the soccer ball, and here's a big chance. And they convert on it, and it's a 1-1 tie. I believe that was Christopherson that put it into the back of the net. Coming right down the central, and that is a place where defensively you do not want that ball coming at you down the central, and if it is coming down there, your center defender's got to make the play, and if they don't, they put their keeper in peril because they got the whole net to work with. Nice shot that time by Christopherson to get this one even with 21 and a half just about left to play in the match. Still plenty of time for both teams to try to win it. Foothillers, as I mentioned, not able to beat them last season. And every season's different, so we'll see what happens. So a lot of time left in this one. Teams from the northern part of the county trying to give the Foothillers problems again tonight as they played La Costa Canyon up there. A few games back, not able to get a victory that night. A team which they had played a couple of seasons ago and in a close one, but not able to get the victory as well. And here's another team that they played before from the northern part of the county. Here is Lopez. Ball is on the line right now, but it's going to be a throw-in for the Foothillers. Cervantes now looking for Sminge, but it goes over to Foster now. She goes upfield with it now, and here's one from distance, and it is not accurate. Hit by Bree Cooney is showing her ability to hit it from a distance. But it gave Bond a little bit of a problem if she could have got it on net. Rancho Bernardo with possession. But now Foster has possession. Foster plays it toward the near side, or tried to, and it will be a corner kick as it was knocked past the byline by the Broncos. Inman trying to retreat back and keep it from getting to the outside, and did so. Victoria Ford is in the match. Roses. Giovingo on the near side with the set piece. And you know Victoria Ford is very good with these set pieces. Single-handedly beat Granite Hills on a set piece match last season. Foster. Here's a chip now. Bond is able to range over to her left and make the save. Just above the 6-yard box. Upfield. Broncos now in the central. Sminge. Plays it over to Cooney. Mayo now in the soggy field. Bridget Wilson now. Lopez, near side, trying to get to it. Won't be able to. It'll be a throw in. About 17 and a half left to go in the match. In a draw. Level match out here. Grossmont High School. The border of El Cajon and La Mesa. San Diego County. Sminge. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Broncos. Christopherson, the throw-in, knocked out of play. Inman retrieving it, had a little problem with it, but comes out with it. Cooney keeps it from going further, deeper in the area. But right outside the area is going to be a throw-in now for the Broncos. Mariposa, Rodarte Edmond. Hit at Emery, but she makes the save. When there's a foul on the play, it'll be a free kick. Just inside 16 left to play in the match. The header was headed towards Lopez. And now here comes Sarah Lopez. She's free. Sarah Lopez hits it hard. And a save by Bond. Didn't hit it as hard as she wanted to. Remember, it's a wet field out there. Even though the rain has kind of slowed down a little bit. Sminge cannot get it to Giovingo in space. Shannon Jew is coming out of the match. Farmer is coming in. Emma Banks is coming out for Coach Mark Sidebottom. Staffian is into the match now. Sminge against Staffian. Gives it over to Ford, but gives it away. And Sminge is able to get it at the last moment, but there is no offsides, and then now a whistle's blown. There's a little bit of a pause because they do not have the flags, as you normally see linesmen. It's just a decision blowing the whistle. Most of the games in San Diego High School. Action. Giovingo. Kind of awkward fall. Getting up kind of slowly. And on that foul, it'll be a free kick for the Foothillers. And it's 1-1 tie. The set piece. See what they do with it in the 18. Hit right at Bond for the save. Giovingo getting it over to Cooney. And a 50-50 ball coming off to Staffian, who tried to play it to the outside, but he got intercepted. Bridget Wilson now runs onto it. Tries to get it to her teammate Austin in the central. She didn't get it. Touchdown by the Broncos, and the Foothillers will throw it in. Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Don't forget about them. Good affordable prices. Teeth cleanings, root canals, whatever you need. Insurance is welcome. Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. That's dentalartsofpalmave.com. That's our website. Check them out. Here's Mia Foster now. Foster to Lopez. Goes off of one player into space, and then it's sent out of play by Chloe Ross. So the Foothillers will throw it in. Gonzalez is coming into the match, Alexa, the senior. Rancho Bernardo Broncos have a fresh player in as well, as Maddie Mayo will throw it in. And that's Mylania Samilo is into the match. Treating bag to get it is Koyamatsu, and going down, the Foothill player. Partisans not happy on the near side. The home Partisans. Foster. Foster now gets the rebound. Taken away by Bridget Wilson. Nice play. We'll try to stay after it, but won't be able to get to it. Tough-heady player, Bridget Wilson, as a freshman. And they're going to need her services for many years to come to be that type of player. And going down is Ford. And the way she went down, not good. Anytime it is wet out there, you always have the danger of players getting hurt. Victoria Ford has taken many physical scenarios throughout the years. Hopefully this is not any worse than the ones recently. Although that a couple years ago, the playoffs not able to play in the key games in the playoff scenario, even though the Foothillers got to the semifinals a couple years ago. I would love to have had her. She's getting up, but very, very gingerly and has to be helped. Not putting any weight on that ankle. JV coach comes out, and he is great at helping players get off the field. Wish Victoria Ford the best moving on in the rest of this season, trying to recover from this injury here. Their senior year. Trying to maybe get a scholarship in place somewhere. Hopefully she gets an opportunity to get back there out on the pitch at some point before this one's out. A hard shot, a save by Bond, put it in the back of the net, goal by Foster, and they score after Ford went down. And the free kicks again. The Foothillers, very dangerous, one of the most dangerous in the entire county when it comes to free kicks. 2-1. Grossmont leads. Mia Foster getting the goal, the captain. And now she and Sarah Lopez, the goals in the back of the net. Later in the match, very similar to what happened on the side of the Broncos last season against the Foothillers. But can they make it stand up for the victory? It was a close game, 3-2, the final score. Rancho Bernardo winning the match. In the central, Wilson trying to track it down, but is way too far ahead of her. Same thing for Lopez. Bond has played well, but not able to make that save, as when it was on the cleat of Mia Foster in that 6-yard box, you've got much peril to try to keep it from going into the back of the net. Foster plays it upfield. Lopez to the near side, was looking for Bridget Wilson and steals it. It whizzes by her. Onto it now is Inman, but taken away. Bree Cooney. And a collision, it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for the Foothillers. Just about 6.5 left to play in a match. The Foothillers leading now 2-1. Foster trying to get to the soccer ball, a wet soccer ball out there. Tried to steal it, but could not. Upfield, the Foothillers will throw it in, and Bree Cooney will throw it in. It's not raining right now, but it is still wet out there on the pitch. Fortunately, Victoria Ford found that out. Here's a shot, a tough one, a save by Bond. How did she save the soccer ball that time? Able to keep it from going into the back of the net against Mia Foster, and it would have been her second goal of the match. And the Foothillers would have had 3 in this match. Bond feeling it. Beautiful diving save, though. And the Foothillers will have now a corner kick, the set piece. Rose is coming back into the match. Austin coming out. Sminge came over to the ball, but then so did Lopez, but it was far away from the post in the other direction. Didn't hit it the way she wanted to. Doesn't do a lot of hitters towards the net, but I'm sure she's going to continue to work on them. As a sophomore, try to be impactful before it's all said and done for this season. Towards doing that and getting herself set up for her junior and senior season. Trying to be an impactful player, being able to head the ball as well as strike it in the area. Of course, a lot of times you got to have that height, and Sarah Lopez is getting taller than she was last season as a freshman. May get another growth spurt and then be able to do that even better with the heading of the soccer ball. The throw in now for the Broncos, down by 1 goal. Gonzalez. Foster taps it back. Sminge off the deflection is able to get it. That was Giovingo, actually. I was expecting Sminge back there, but it wasn't. It was Giovingo was hitting that ball hard up towards Sminge, who kind of switched places now. Sminge now trying to get it. Attacking in the area. Back to Foster, but she couldn't hit it the way she wanted to. Now here's Giovingo now. Play to the near side. Rosas. Lopez Foster hits it hard, but a little off target. 3 minutes and some change left to play in the match. The Foothillers trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead and win their 7th victory of the season against 2 defeats and 2 draws. Prior to going into league play, which will be their next game against the Highlanders of Helix. Into the match now is Kaya Moreno, number 17 out there in blue. It deflects into the central now. Rosas turns around and gets it, but the Broncos have it. Rosas trying to stay with it now, and it's going to be a foul, and it'll be a free kick now. So free kick for the Broncos in this waning couple of minutes of the match. Inman now with the free kick. Sends it to the near side for a player. And it goes back upfield to Inman now. Sends it to the central where there's a bevy of players. They have one there. She's free. Puts it over the top of frame. They nearly had the second goal of the match. That one might come back for memory, and not a good memory for the Broncos in this match, because they would have had the second goal of the match. But then again, the Foothillers have hit some posts in this match as well. So both teams getting some unfortunate. Otherwise, the score might be much higher than it is right now. Smidge on the near side. It goes out of play. It will be a throw-in now for the Foothillers with Rosas. 50-50 ball on the near side. Moreno is able to send it off of Inman. And it'll be a throw-in now for the Foothillers. Foothillers trying to hold on to this slim lead and riding in for the victory. Off a deflection now. Lopez now still going after it. Can't get to it. Falls down, but has her teammate Moreno sending it upfield. Almost stolen away. Moreno goes off her cleat now, and here come the Broncos now. It's intercepted, though, by Gonzalez as they reduce the size of the field to Moreno. To Giovingo, taken off her cleat, though. But now the Foothillers have it again. Played to the near side for Moreno to try to get to it, and she won't. But the pressure will allow them to get a throw in and more time off the clock. The throw over to Giovingo, over to Rosas. Cecilia plays it forward, but it's intercepted. Maddie Mayo keeps it from going in further up the field. Foster to Giovingo. Now over to Foster now. Trying to get free. Can't do it. Nicely done in the space by the Broncos, and they want to go upfield. Foster knifes in to get it. It goes off of her and over there to Ross. Played in the back now as the Broncos. Running after it is Dragonheart, and she sends it out of play. Smart decision by Michaela. And it's going to be a throw-in now for the Foothillers from the far side touchline. And just a little tiny bit of time left to go in the match. Substitution, and this is a ploy to eat up time off the clock. 2 players coming off. Mia Tillett in the match. She's number 20 in blue. And May Cervantes is in the match. They do get a chance of playing this match before it's over. See what they can do. Moreno now. Chipped from Cervantes to her younger sister. Moreno didn't get enough of the soccer ball. Now retreating back as a senior. Gonzalez, she has to watch out. We'll play it all the way back to Emery with the striker running at her. Giovingo retreating back, and this one is sent up in the air, and Emery will let it go past the byline. That might end up eat up the remaining time in this match. Foothillers not in a hurry, leading by 1 goal. Nearly a 2-2 match, but they just missed off the crossbar a few minutes ago. Farmer on the soccer ball. Farmer now still on the soccer ball. Maybe the tallest player out there, it goes out of play. But they have to keep it in play. Refs will be looking at their watch. Sent upfield for the Foothillers. And that is the end of the match. The Foothillers able to beat the Broncos this season. Not able to do it last year, but in a close match like it was last season, they're able to win 2-1 on goals. In the first half by Sarah Lopez. And into the second half on a beautiful play, and it went over to Mia Foster. She just tapped it into the back of the net. After chances hitting the crossbar, not going into the back of the net for her, she's able to get the winning goal tonight. And the Foothillers winning 2-1 over Rancho Bernardo's and Mark Sidebottom's team, who's been handcuffed. But they came out with a good effort tonight, playing back-to-back days. And now they'll have to play one more tomorrow. And then maybe they can get some health and try and see if they can get into the playoffs through their league play. The Foothillers will head into league play against Helix in the next match next week, so we hope that you tune in for that one. Don't forget about our Facebook page, our Instagram page, our Twitter page. It's all on gksports.org. That's the website. This game was right there on gksports.org. For Pablo Espinal, bringing you the sights and sounds and the live stream from Jack Mashin Stadium out here in El Cajon on the border of La Mesa. We hope that Victoria Ford is going to be okay moving forward. And we will see you the next time on next week against the Helix Highlander. I'm Greg K. Porter saying so long, God bless, take care of yourself, have a great weekend. There's great NFL action this weekend as well. Bye now from Jack Mashin Stadium. Lopez on the move on the right flank. On a service, and it went through the hands of the keeper. Mia Foster, now here is Lopez. It goes through a few players and into the back of the net. Goal! Stofferson. Intercepted by Lopez. Just on the top of frame. Back up. And a nice pass forward. Here is Foster now in the box. A shot and a save. Beautiful save over the top of frame. Darts into the central. Plays it to the near side to Maddie Mayo. Hit the top of frame that time. Jennifer Giovingo in a line drive. Bond hits it up into the air now. They're trying to get a second ball. Now here's Zafaropoulos. She's wide open. The shot knocked away by Tall. Now plays it to the near side to Lopez. And it's nope, off the side. That would have been problems there for Bond and company. They are on sides. Lopez gets a strike onto it, goes after it again, and it's just over top of frame. When the Foothillers have played in the rain, they've had the lead. Here's a shot at a tough one, and at the top of the crossbar. Mia Foster almost scored on it from way distance. There's another one, and a save by Gonzalez. York got it taken away by Mayo. And now York goes after it now, and a collision, and let's see what the call is going to be. It's on Maddie Mayo on the yellow card. The C.I.F. rules, you got to come out. You get a card. Cervantes comes into the match. It's a soccer ball, but not enough of it, and now coming off her line is Everett. It's a goal! Go, 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 go. Not enough of the soccer ball, and here's a big chance, and they convert on it, and it's a 1-1 tie. The header was headed towards Lopez, and now here comes Sarah Lopez. She's free. Sarah Lopez hits it hard, and a save by Bond. Tough-heady player, Bridget Wilson, as a freshman. And they're going to need her services for many years to come to be that type of player. And going down is Ford. I would love to have had her. She's getting up, but very, very gingerly and has to be helped. Not putting any weight on that ankle. JV coach comes out, and he is great at helping players get off the field. Hopefully she gets an opportunity to get back there out on the pitch at some point before this one's out. A hard shot, a save by Bond, put it in the back of the net, a goal by Foster, and they score after Ford went down. But out there on the pitch. Fortunately, Victoria Ford found that out. Here's a shot, a tough one, a save by Bond. How did she save the soccer ball that time? And it goes back upfield to Inman now. Sends it to the central where there's a bevy of players. They have one there. She's free. Puts it over the top of frame. They nearly had the second goal of the match.